This is a little demo project to show how to use the import facility in SpecView to convert a project that contains, for example, one oven into a project that contains 3 or 4 ovens. So it's important to completely finish as much as possible the screens and strategy controller and recipe and all the fun stuff to do with one oven, because when you import it into other projects you have less work to do. So I've got a little project here that's just talking to a single controller. It's got a couple of screens. This is supposed to be a recipe screen. It's not very well populated, but it's got recipe nevertheless. A couple of navigation buttons. I've got some strategy controller that copies the process value into a user variable. Let's just show that happening. I change that there, then as the process value starts to kick off, it gets copied into this user variable. And we've got a trend chart screen, and we've got some strategy controller, which is super simple, which just whenever the process value changes, it copies the process value into the user variable. So this is effectively my finished project. I'm happy with it working for one oven. You can see in the variables list that I've got a controller instrument view and a programmer instrument view, and my user variable that's the PV copy. So this is my complete project, which I'm happy with. So I am going to restart SpecView and show you how you can use import to import that a couple of times to make a bigger system. Okay, so I'm going to start with, my project is called Euro 3008, just because it's talking to a Eurotherm EPC 3008. So I'm going to create a new manual project. I'm going to call it multi-oven demo, and it's a completely blank project. It's got nothing in it at all, obviously, because it's blank. So I'm going to use file import to import the project. Oh, we must be offline. Okay, fair enough. So first of all, we need to find the project, and we can navigate to it. There it is, Euro 3008. And what the import facility in SpecView wants is this config.cf3 file, so that's what you point it at. And then you can either add a prefix or a suffix to all of the things. And by all of the things, we're talking about the instruments, the screens, the strategy controller, the user variables. All of that stuff is either going to have a prefix or a suffix. So it's kind of useful if your first project doesn't say like oven 1, because this process will add the prefix or suffix as you go along. So I'm going to call this underscore oven 1. Let's just put a capital letter there. Okay, I'm going to import it. So we can see already that in this previously blank project we now have 2 instruments, the 3000 controller underscore oven 1, the programmer underscore oven 1, and in the user variables my number was PV copy, is now called underscore oven 1. We also have some screens. If you look at the title bar of this screen, this is the recipe screen underscore oven 1, and this button, if I look at it, it's already been renamed to swap to the trend screen oven 1. So let's have a quick play with this. We'll save this, go into runtime. So the controller is working. I can click back to my trend view. Let's mess about with the process value a bit to make sure that the strategy controller works, which it is. So we've got a trend chart, we've got a recipe screen. The recipe stuff seems to be working. Okay, so in what was previously a blank config, we've now got one oven defined. So let's go offline and add another one. So file, import, we browse to the source project of one oven wants the config.cf3. I'm going to call this underscore oven2 import. Okay, done. So now you can see we've got a controller for oven 1 and a controller for oven 2. We've got the user variables have been duplicated. The strategy controller has now got 2 events in it that do all the copying. I've got recipe screen underscore oven 2. Let's import it a third time. And here we go, and call it underscore oven 3. Okay. So now we've got 3 instruments. Now these instruments are all pointing at basically the same one at the moment. SpecView doesn't automatically know how to what your actual controllers are or what COM port they're on or whatever, so you do have to go round and manually readdress your instruments, but that's just a small task relative to what we've got. So let's just see this one running. So I'm on the oven 3 screen, so I go back to trend. So this is the oven 3 trend screen. We also have a trend screen for oven 2. Okay, they all look exactly the same, but that's the point. But they are all talking to the oven 2 copies of everything. So once the instruments have been readdressed, they will be talking to different things, and really the only thing left to do is to make some kind of overview screen. So let's just very quickly do that. This is going to be terribly crude. Oven 1, swap to trend screen oven 1. Okay. I'm actually going to put this at the bottom here. I'm going to copy and paste it. This one's going to go to oven 2. I'm going to paste it again and call this oven 3. Trend screen oven 3. Okay, so this is my overview screen, which I'm going to save as overview. I'm going to make that my first GDW, and I'm actually going to copy these 3 buttons. Copy. I'm going to visit my trend screen for oven 1, paste them in there. I'm going to go to oven 2, paste them in there, and trend screen for oven 3, paste it in there. Save, run. That didn't automatically open the overview screen because I was in edit mode online, but I could go to the overview screen, and from there I can go to oven 1 and oven 2 and oven 3. You'll notice oven 1's got a little bit of extra stuff on it because that was the first one where I came from. Then oven 2, then oven 3. They're all the same, they've all got the recipe screens, la la la. So in just a couple of minutes I have managed to get a system that's got 3 fully populated ovens with their strategy, all of their screens, all that fun stuff has all been created via the import project mechanism. And I'll just repeat again because it's worth bearing in mind. The more complete you can do the screens and the strategy for one oven, the better, because obviously now in this project I've got 3 ovens defined. If I suddenly decide, oh, I actually want to move stuff around the screen and make it look pretty, I've now got to do it 3 times instead of just doing it once and importing. So just bear that in mind. So there we go. Thanks for watching. Bye.